right?
I'm not sure there's a bigger fan in the world of Justin Herbert or Jim Harbaugh than myself, and they're now together. I felt they'd win 10 or 11 games. I didn't know if they'd make the playoffs because of Mahomes and Reed, but I was just watching this game yesterday. They just figure out ways to win. Harbaugh can have a bad first half, and then they reset the chairs, and they have a good second half. They've got a grit and a toughness. It's the first time ever the Chargers have led the NFL in defense. They've always been finesse and fun to watch, then aesthetically pleasing, but you don't trust them. And now they're not nearly as pleasing to watch, but they're tough and they win games. So the magic formula was don't do what you've always been, go the opposite route, and they have, and they're winning, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are in an awesome spot. I'm just going to keep repeating this again and again and again. Because it also makes Chiefs fans so angry. Again, the Chiefs' reign of that division is over. Okay, you have the Broncos and the Chargers that are clearly coming. You had a rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, and Sean Payton get to the playoffs in his first year. You have Justin Herbert and Harbaugh, their first year together. I mean, Harbaugh, listen, yeah, he coached in the NFL before, but he was gone from the NFL for years. It is not an easy thing just to step back in. Coaching college is wildly different than the NFL. Okay? So the fact that he was able to step in with Herbert and bring this team from the brink, right? Like in his first year is also remarkable. Just imagine what the Chargers are going to be able to do in year 2, in year 3, in year 4. Imagine what Harbaugh is going to be able to do with another draft, with another free agency. Just imagine what Justin Herbert's relationship with Harbaugh and Harbaugh's relationship with Herbert is going to continue to develop and evolve in year 2, in year 3. I mean, the fact that they were able to have this level of success right now at this time is remarkable. Truly remarkable. I mean, I kept saying again and again and again that I think, that this will work, but it's going to take 2 to 3 years or whatever. I think I said like 1 to 3 years. And so the fact that they're 11-6 in year 1 is amazing. It is. It's truly amazing, and it should be said as such. And now there is a real path. I made a few videos recently with regards to the Chargers and the Chiefs in the playoffs, and people seem to be confused. Maybe it's that West Coast mentality, which I spend a lot of time out in the West Coast, and I couldn't always quite connect with you West Coasters. There's a different energy from East Coast and West Coast and down south and Northwest and whatever. Because people are like, you're doubting the Chargers, and I'm like, I'm doubting the Chargers? What are you talking about right now? I've been praising the Chargers all year and all offseason and everything that Herbert and Harbaugh can do. So there's a little confusion there. People are like, why are you smiling when they were talking about, Chargers? You doubt them. And I'm like, I'm smiling because I'm smiling, man. I think you're confused. So I just want to kind of emphasize my belief in the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers. So again, just a wee bit of confusion with regards to what my expectations are and my level of belief in the Chargers. But I think it's right there for them in the playoffs. It's a steep climb, no doubt about it. Because like I said, they are a year or 2 away. But obviously getting the Texans, that's the best matchup. Every team wants to face the Texans, maybe the Steelers. But, the Texans are definitely up there. Everyone feels as though that they can beat them and beat them convincingly. And then you go, most likely, unless there's a big upset with Bo Nix and Denver Broncos, you go to the Chiefs. And you've played the Chiefs closely both times this season. Both times you could have won those games. And now you should be, hopefully, in theory, be healthier. But to a degree, the Chiefs will also be a little bit healthier as well. But now there might be some rust with the Chiefs. They're going to have like a few weeks off. Patrick Mahomes hasn't played in a while. You have the whole thing going for you where it's hard to beat the same team 3 times, like all of that type of stuff. So there is a path. There is a path. Obviously, the Chiefs will be favored and should be favored. They're at home. They are the better team. They have the better roster. But to kind of pretend like the Chargers just have no chance, would not be accurate. And imagine what Harbaugh and Herbert potentially do in the playoffs, their second playoff game, if they're fortunate enough to have a pretty easy, convincing win and stay healthy against the Texans. It's just, it's a fascinating thing that could unfold, honestly. And it would be box office. It would be absolute box office. The Chargers are in a position to beat the Chiefs in their first playoff game and say, not today. You wanted the three-peat. You tried your best, and you failed. And why did you fail? Because of a long-time division rival, right? That's why, all right? Like, we are here now. We love that you've been able to kind of take over for the last 5-6 years. That reign is over, and the Chargers can be in a position to end it. End it right then and there for the whole world to see. I mean, it would be stunning. It would absolutely be stunning if the Chargers do that. And that's why I made a video before. I talked about like the Ravens if the Ravens beat the Chiefs, what would it mean? If the Bills beat the Chiefs, what would it mean? And I really think that if the Broncos or the Chargers beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, it would send shockwaves around the NFL. Shockwaves, more than the Ravens, more than the Bills, because people expect those teams, those quarterbacks, to be able to finally get past Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs sooner or later. But the Chargers and the Broncos have been like little brother, like newborn brother, like in the womb pregnant brother, like nothing to the Chiefs, nothing, no actual real threat to what the Chiefs want to accomplish. And if you beat them in the playoffs, I mean, that just becomes next level, especially when they're trying to pursue their legendary three-peat. I mean, talk about sending a message. Talk about sending a message to the Chiefs. Talk about sending a message to the NFL. If either the Chargers or the Broncos beat the Chiefs in that first round, it's to beat them and then going to the AFC Championship game. I mean, like it's just massive. The storyline's massive. And again, I'm not predicting it. I'm not rooting for it. I'm not rooting for any direction in one way or the other. I'm just trying to map out what I believe all of these various outcomes can mean in any direction, quite frankly. And so the Chargers are in a position to do something truly special for their own franchise. And, if you can't win a Super Bowl and if you can't go back in time and win Super Bowls in the past, like the next best thing, your big brother rival, knocking them out of the playoffs while they're trying to do something historic, I mean, that's as good as it gets. If you're not going to win the Super Bowl, that's the next best thing. I don't think that could be argued, right? Beating the Chiefs in the playoffs would be the next best thing. Same thing for the Commanders and the Eagles, like the Cowboys and whoever. Like, it's the next best thing. Knock out your division rival when they were trying to do something special. It just hits different. It hits different. The Buffalo Bills beating the Chiefs, ruining their undefeated season, it hit different. It was a little bit sweeter knowing that they were the first team to deliver that win, to spoil their potential at having an undefeated three-peat season. It matters. When the Chiefs have been at the top and they've been a dynasty, to be able to knock them out, when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Patriots, Tom Brady, right? Like it just hits a little bit differently. And that's what the Chargers have the potential to do, the chance and the opportunity to do. Whether or not they will have the firepower and the ability to do it, that I have no idea, but still all exciting scenarios. I'm a fiend for the drama, and I love to see it. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Los Angeles Chargers and the fact that they've been able to clinch a playoff berth in Jim Harbaugh's first season with the team? What do you think the expectations are for the playoffs? What do you think that they can or can't do? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.